Social media usage is one of the most common activities among young people today. 86% of the population in Montreal is on social media. In addition, 56% of North American population uses social media, and a recent survey in Quebec shows that 100% of students between 18 and 24 years old log on their favorite social networking sites at least once a day. Teenagers' access to social media should definitely be limited. First of all, people are over-dependent of their electronics. Every minute, 100,000 tweets are sent, 2 million researches are made on Google, 48 hours of video are downloaded on YouTube, and 3,000 photos are shared on Instagram. Most people assume that it's a problem, and they would say that it's more addicting than drugs and alcohol. But most teens don't realize their addiction. A minimum of 2 hours and 20 minutes are spent every day on social media by teenagers. Furthermore, the use of electronics distract people from making a conversation, and social media decreases face-to-face interaction. We live in a world where people care more about their likes, followers, and it makes us more selfish and separated from others. Second of all, social media can cause depression. What is the first thing you see when you log onto Facebook? Your newsfeed. The problem is not your newsfeed, but what's on it. Facebook's newsfeed contains photo, posts, and wall posts from other people, and it makes young users feel unpopular. Young users, such as teens, are constantly comparing themselves with other users. They then start to feel that they're lacking something and they're not good enough. Thought processes such as he has more likes than me, she is more hot than me, I want this, I want that, why don't I have this, eventually leads to low self-esteem. To add, social media such as Facebook have disastrous psychological impact on young users who already have low self-esteem and mental illness. For example, teens are beginning to think that their self-worth depends on the numbers of likes or response they have on a certain picture or post. It becomes then easier for teens to become depressed when their self-worth depends on other people. They seek and become desperate for approval. In the new study from University of Houston, people who used Facebook are more tended to have depressive symptoms. There is a clear correlation between time spent on social media and depression amongst teens. Teenagers feel pressured to be on social media 24/7, which results to anxiety if they didn't immediately answer a text. Or according to the National Institute of Mental Health in 2012, an estimate of 2.2 million adolescents, or 9.1% of the US teen population, had at least one major depressive episode in the past year. Research has also shown that teens only get 7.5 hours of sleep instead of 9.5 hours. A lack of sleep makes teens more tired and depressed. Social media is killing you. This must stop. Third of all, people often distract themselves on social media and become less productive by wasting their time on it. We are wasting time, but we are losing sleep and relationships too. It makes us antisocial and makes us stay away from people. Social media has no benefits for students. For example, when someone posts a video or a photo, people often waste their time by commenting. It is hard to develop your talents if you're wasting time on social media. Most of people would say that using social media doesn't help education. It distracts people from doing something useful. Study shows that after students check their social medias, it takes 23 minutes to refocus, and waste 41% of that time on Facebook. It is much better for our future to read books, exercise, instead of being on social media. Social media is a time waster, and it literally makes people sick, especially the young generation. It is a growing problem not only among teens but also old people. Social media is a drug. Time spent on social media should be limited. It's an addiction that will destroy our society. Social media is responsible for many mental and physical diseases, and it makes you waste your time. We, Anonymous, are aware of the difficulty of avoiding social media. It's not easy, but in the long run, it will save you and make your life better. You won't waste your time and will less likely be depressed. Encourage your teens and your family to limit time spent on social media. It will definitely change your life. Sincerely, Anonymous.